Hey Scott, what's the latest with Rui and his eye?
Um, yeah, he has a severe case of pink eye. I guess that's you call it. Um, just going to monitor him uh, day to day. He's out for some time now. Blurred vision, sensitive to light. But other than that, he feels he's getting better. Just going to take some time. Just going to, all the eye doctor said it's a severe case, and we just have to be patient.
John?
Yeah, is that going to move Deni into the starting lineup, or have you figured out, and what do you expect from him?
Two different positions. We've been treating Deni. I mean, he's played a little bit of the four spot, but like most young players, we want to keep it pretty simple and give him just one assignment to work on. And he's been primarily being that small forward position that he's been, really looking very good. So, but we have some options. We haven't decided yet. We got another couple of days before we play Philadelphia, but we definitely have some options. And it's too bad, but it's that next man up that we have to step up and fulfill it or fill it in by committee.
Alif?
Hey, Coach. Hope you're well. And apologies if you've touched on this earlier, but with preseason now over, what are some things you've managed to learn about this new look team of yours, and how are you sort of juggling expectations with the season ahead?
Yeah, I mean, we want to compete every night. We've added some really good players. We've added some toughness. We added some size. We signed back one of the best shooters in the world, and Bertans, and Russell and Brad's leadership is really. I thought we made some pretty good improvements as this preseason has gone on, and I think that's going to continue to happen. And there's so many similarities with those two guys. They're all about winning, and this is going to give all of us a chance to, when we, unfortunately with Rui's situation, but I think we can be able to manage that as best we can. But we have a very competitive team. This year not like last year at all, where a lot of the minutes were, let's face it, a lot of the minutes we wanted to establish an identity, and a lot of the minutes were developmental minutes. This is different. We got some really good players that are ready now. And so some of the guys that maybe played a little more minutes last year probably won't play as many more minutes last year, but that's a good thing because that means we have a better team.
Robert? I think you're still on mute, Robert. Sorry.
Sorry about that, Scott. When you came into the NBA 30 years ago, Charles Barkley took you under his wing, and the NBA's obviously changed.
Happy with that either.
The NBA's obviously changed.
Sorry, go ahead.
The NBA's changed a lot since then, and obviously with COVID, things are a lot different now. With Deni being a 19-year-old from Israel, is there anybody that has taken him under his wing? Anybody? And the other question would be the maturity of Deni. And it sounds like you're going to start him. Is he more mature than most 19-year-olds?
I would say so. He's been playing with men, back home, and Maccabi, the team. That's a high-level team, well coached, a lot of good players. He started playing with that team. I think he was a little over, 16, not quite 17. So, but it is a challenge. There's no question. I think we have some pretty good leadership, and our coaches have done a really good job of trying to keep it as simple and just keep it focused on just chipping away of getting better and of what we do things. But Brad and Russell's been great. Just a quick little story after practice today. Russell's doing an event, a Christmas event for the community, and handing out gifts. And after practice, he grabs Deni and Cash, our two rookies, says, "You guys are coming with me." And he said it with so much force, and Deni was like pleading with him, "I got things to do. I just got done practice. I want to do some more shooting." Nope, no talking. Come on with me. Jump in the shower. Let's go. We're leaving in 15 minutes. So that's to me, that's leadership. So he's gonna, 10 years from now, when Brad and Russell's retired, they're gonna realize that my rookie year, I had two guys that really taught me how to be in this league the right way, and it's so important. All of our young players, potentially, we could be starting 19, 21, and 23 years old in our front line if that's the way we go when Rui comes back. But it's important to have good leadership, and we have it.
Ava,
Scott, as usual, I'm late, so apologies if you already. I know.
I got time for you.
Have you specified who's
Early today, so
yeah. So I'm on time, is what you're
Yeah.
saying.
we're on the John Wooden scale of
Yeah.
on time is late.
Have you specified who's starting at the 4 in place of Rui?
No, I mean we're gonna do it. I mean it's gonna be by committee. We have some options for those guys. I don't want to give it up yet, but we actually today we changed that spot in a lot of our scrimmaging. So we still have another day and a half, 2 days. So but we do have some pretty good options.
And then for Rui, who's spoken so much about how last year was really stop and start for him, and that was something he kind of had to learn to work through. How much of delivering this news, or when the medical staff did, is making sure his head stays in the right place, and even if he's not able to do work, he's kind of improving with what he can?
Yeah, I mean right now he can't do anything with blurred vision and light sensitivity. I was hoping when first, last week, thinking that, it would clear up in 2 or 3 days. He can be back on the court. A couple more days later, he'll be back. But he has a severe case. It's a long season. I know sometimes when you're in the grind, it doesn't seem every game is so important and so critical. But it's and he's a young player. He needed those reps in practice and training camp and exhibition games, but he doesn't. We're gonna have to figure it out without him until he comes back. He's not happy with what the eye doctors said, but he understands, and my job and his teammates' job is to keep him up when the blurred vision and the light sensitivity kind of subsides, that he can get back on the court and do a few things slowly before we get him back full speed.
Chase, did you have another?
Yeah. Scott, is Rui contagious, and how are you guys handling that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure early on he was, but I give credit to all the everybody in our building. Everybody. I mean, everybody in our building. We are diligent, and to a point, it just seems like, man, we're afraid to even get close to one another. But the hygiene and the social distance and the mask and the coaches, we do a pretty good job. And so, but nobody has it, and we're pretty good with that. So that's good. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I'm not obviously don't know all the details on how many days are you contagious, but I'm sure there was a few days. But everybody's good.
All right, that's all the time we have for Coach today.
All right, appreciate you guys.
Hey, Deni.
How you doing?
How you doing? What are they expecting back home? What do you think the expectations? What does it mean? How many people are going to be up watching tomorrow, Wednesday night when you're playing?
First of all, I think a lot of people are gonna watch. It's my first NBA game. Not a lot of. It's not happened a long time. So I think a lot of people will keep up and watch, and I think the whole nation's behind me. So everybody's supporting from back home, wishing me good luck every night. So for sure, there's a lot of people watching, and I don't think they have like a good expectations. I mean, they want me to succeed. They want me to be the best I can. They want me to have a good debut. But in the end of the day, they know it's my first game, and everything will come along eventually. And we need to be patient as well. So either I do good or not. It really doesn't matter. I'm looking at the long term, but hopefully I can have a good game against Philly.
Did Omri give you any hints of what to expect? And I don't know how much you've been in touch with him.
I mean, before I left Israel, I talked with Omri a lot. He really showed me everything I need to know and really talked to me deeply on those things. And other than that, he knows me. He knows I'm gonna do my best. He knows I'm gonna work hard. So he's not worried about me, and he's always there to answer my questions, and I appreciate him. But yeah, he trusts me. So
Okay, thanks.
you're welcome.
Ava?
Rui, Scott told us that you were kidnapped by Russell to go to his event, which is good. I'm just wondering
I
what.
don't hear you. Can you repeat it?
Yeah, Scott told us that Russell took you guys to his event a little bit as a surprise. Just wondering kind of what that part of your life is looking like so far in DC. What's life off of the court like for you? You probably don't have that much free time, but what's that look like?
So I'm really driving behind Russ right now on my way there. So how is the outside life? I mean, I'm not a party guy and going out a lot, but I really enjoying having fun. And it's not something that I experience right now that much because of COVID. I'm going outside sometimes to eat in the good restaurants, but other than that, city is kind of closed. So we'll go through that, and hopefully everybody's gonna be okay, and things will go back to normal, and we'll see how is that gonna turn out. But other than that, yeah, I'm just chilling at home.
Deni, can you drive? Sorry if that's a silly question, but how have you been getting around?
I'm working on driving. It's not gonna be an easy process because I don't have a lot of experience in the U.S. of driving, so we'll see how that's gonna go. But hopefully soon I'll be and drive on my own.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Chris Miller?
Public service announcement, everyone. If you see Deni driving, just give him space. Let that man figure this out in the States.
Hey, don't get me in trouble, guys. Don't get me in trouble.
Deni, I've been impressed in the 3 preseason games with you finding different ways to impact the game. This most recent game, you had 10 rebounds. Are you a rebounder that we didn't know about, playing overseas? And can I just describe that part of the game?
I always liked rebounding. I always knew sort of where the ball lands. Always had an instinct for rebounds. But as I got here, I got experience of this role that I came to Maccabi, my old team, as a 16-year-old, and I needed somehow to fit the game. I have great players around me. I'm a new player. I need to develop and improve, and that's why I do what I know. I'm not doing anything that I'm trying to prove anybody. I'm just doing what I need to do and what's going to help the team to win. I'm just being myself, but for sure I need to be patient. I need to work hard. And at the end of the day, I just want to have a great season with Washington. So, yeah.
Thank you. Drive safe. And I don't know if you've ever heard this, but if you put your hands on the steering wheel, it's called 10 and 2. Just both hands on the steering wheel.
All right, but
all right,
I got you. Thank you. You guys learned me how to drive, huh?
Quentin, sorry.
What's up, Deni?
Hi.
My first question for you, and I know it's a lot of stress going on. You got your first game coming up, but Russell dropped his new Why Not 0.4s this morning. What are your first impressions about that shoe? I know you got a lot of swag and you like to, you're stylish. What are your impressions about his new shoes that he just dropped?
Yeah, y'all questions today are funny. about the shoe. I didn't see the shoe. I just can't. I just woke up this morning and just came to practice. I didn't know he dropped the shoe. But if he let me see it, I'll tell him how is it. I think Russ has good style, so I'm not worried about how the shoe looks. So I'm just hoping it's comfortable, and we'll see. Maybe I'll rock those in the next game or something. I don't know.
And my second question for you.
Yeah.
What teammate of yours can you point to that you think you've grown the closest to since you've been a part of this Wizards team? Someone that you could really say, you know what, this is a guy that I see as a true friend, somebody that I can lean on.
Really, everybody is good with me. I can say two guys that came from the same situation as me, and this is Cassius Winston and Anthony Gill. Those guys are really close to me, and we all figuring it out together. I mean, AG came from Europe, Cassius came from college. So we all try to support each other and be there for each other. And I think we're gonna be great friends throughout the season, and we're gonna have a great path to success. So, yeah.
Appreciate you, Deni.
Thank
Good luck.
Thank you.
I was going to take a few more here. Ben.
Hi, Deni. This is Ben Mittelman, Channel 12 News in Israel.
Welcome.
I'm great, thank you. Deni, now that the preseason is over, I wanted to ask you, in what space did you find it hard to adjust in the 3 preseason games? Where do you think it was more difficult for you to adjust and to get along with your teammates?
I didn't really see something. We didn't play with our whole squad for 2 games, and then the last game we played with a whole squad, with our whole squad, and I thought we were connected with each other. We enjoyed playing on the court together. So, every team's gonna, even the most like the team with the most chemistry, gonna have some struggles sometimes. So it's part of the game, it's part of life. But in the end of the day, I think we're a great team and we have great chemistry around us. So I didn't really struggle to adjust.
Joshua.
Hi, Deni. How are you?
Hey, Josh. You forgot their introduction a couple of times. Okay. So.
I'll have to do it. Deni, Avdija. There you go. You'd like to have Sai to do that on Wednesday night, right?
Yeah.
Well, Deni, I saw the video before of you wishing your teammate a happy birthday, and you led the cheer. Didn't you feel intimidated?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Hayom Yom Hu led it, right?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you led the birthday cheers for your teammate. Hayom Yom Hu led it, and didn't you feel a little bit, overwhelmed all of a sudden? Here you are, the center of the tension, trying to, here you are in front of all the veterans, and you're the one leading the cheers for your teammate. Is that just coming naturally for you, that you're a self-born leader and already trying to make your imprint?
Joshua, you know me. We've been around each other, and I just felt comfortable. And you saw wherever I went, I was just confident. Those are players like me, and those are people like me, and I'm just want to have fun. And I love my teammates, and I love where I am. And any time that I can make my teammates smile and feel better, I'll do it. So for me, I'm not shy of anybody. I'm not scared of anybody. So whatever it takes for me, I'm gonna do it. So
you're the best, Deni. Good luck.
Thank you, Josh.
Louis.
Yeah, Deni, I'm bouncing off that question about the birthday. What's it been like sharing some of the Israeli culture with your teammates, sharing some of the Jewish culture? We saw the video of you lighting Hanukkah candles. Do you feel kind of an ambassador to bringing that culture to the U.S. and to your teammates?
100%. I truly talk a lot of great things about Israel, but I still didn't bring my culture yet. So hopefully throughout the season I can bring it. and we'll see. Maybe they're gonna like it. I don't know. But for now, I didn't really have the chance. We have so much on our head today, so
What
it's
would
gonna come slowly.
what would it mean to bring your culture to them? If you haven't done it yet, what would that look like?
I mean, the food, the songs. I don't know, just the habits of that I had in Israel. So actually all around. So when I'm gonna have the chance, we'll probably do it, and maybe it's gonna catch. So you'll never know.
And if you can drive in Israel, you can drive anywhere.
You're damn right. You're damn right.
Couple more quick ones for you, Deni. Fred?
Hey, Deni, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm curious to know, you're going up against an entire league of players you've never played against before. How are you going about learning personnel, habits, all of that stuff, so you're not totally shocked by everybody when you play against them the first time?
First of all, I watched NBA in the past. I know a lot of the players, and of course, I'm gonna learn the personnel. We have just learn the game and don't worry. Without our coaching staff and all around people, I really don't worry of knowing players.
Any last question from Israel? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Chase
Deni, how does it feel when you know a whole country is... Deni, can you hear me from Israel?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Chase, go ahead. We'll come back to that question from Israel.
Okay. Hey, Deni. In the 3 preseason games that you played, what did you learn about the NBA, actually getting out there and playing against NBA players?
I learned it's a very fast-paced game. A lot of possessions, physicality, a lot of great players around, and very, very smart, reading the game very good. A lot of skill in this league. So, yeah, I played professionally before, so it's not something I'm shocked, but it's definitely a better league, and then of course I'm gonna need to adjust.
Deni? How does it feel when you know a whole country is behind you? Is it a bit stressful also? Could it be stressful when people have those very, very high expectations from you all throughout Israel?
It's not the first time that the nation is behind me and supporting me. I played games before, but I love our country, and I love our fans, and I love that people support me and really care of what I'm doing. So for me, I'm just gonna represent as best as I can. I'm gonna do as best as I can, but people also need to understand that they need to be patient, and I need to be patient. It's not gonna come in one day, and I'm not gonna score 40 in one day, and it's a progress. So I'm just hopefully everybody gonna enjoy the experience like I do, and that's it. I'm just gonna represent.
Deni, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate your time.
Ish, is it your extensive beauty routine that takes us long after practice? Is that what it is? Skincare?
You know what, Ava? I'm always like that, even after games. I get in the cold, I get a massage, cold tub. It's 11 years. I'm trying to play for like year 20 possibly. Who knows? But yeah, I take a while. And then after that, I put on lotion, deodorant. I'm all over the place sometimes.
You got to keep it fresh. Talk to me about the 3-guard lineup that you guys had on Saturday. When did Scott kind of introduce that in training camp? And it looked like it was a lot of fun. Did you enjoy kind of running with those guys?
Yeah, if we playing fast, I'm having fun. Honestly, though, I didn't know what to expect. I just coach called me in at the 6-minute mark for Russ, and then me and Aul had been playing a little bit together in practice. And so we just kind of play off each other. And then he left Russ, he brought Russ back in and then had Rolo and DB first. And then Troy came in and we just was playing fast. I mean, try to keep it as simple as possible, especially with that unit and in the second unit. Defensively, it's huge for us to climb into people and then just play super, super fast. And I'm glad we did play that well because the game before I wasn't happy with how I played, just the pace and the flow of the game. And I still wasn't 100% happy with my play, but I thought that we really brought great energy and juice, and that's how we have to play.
Thank you, Ish.
Thank you, man.
Fred.
Hey, Ish, what's going on?
What's up, Fred?
How good do you think your guys' offense can be this year?
I think it'd be really good. Offense was never our problem last year. So I think even in the 3 preseason games we played, we've made strides defensively. But offensively, I think the sky's the limit. Once you start seeing guys, DB's been out, get his rhythm. Brad played his second game since, March? And then everybody else is getting their flow. Russ is getting his flow, myself. Like, a lot of guys are getting their rhythm and their flow. So hopefully, we're playing like a top 10 offense. And that means our first unit is playing at a high level and our second unit is playing at a high level. And that's what, how we have to play with great pace, but it can be really good. And I think defensively, we showed some strides in these 3 preseason games.
Chase.
Ish, what stands out to you about the depth on this roster?
Yeah, we're deep in a lot of positions. And that's why it's huge. And when you get your minutes and you're out there playing, you play with great pace, you play well, and you play hard, you play smart. Because depth is never a bad thing. That's for coach to figure out. For us as players, we have to put that pressure on coach to play well every time we hit the floor. So he's constantly trying to figure out who we should put in, what should work and what should not. And it makes everybody hungry. And competitiveness is really good. I've always thought that. And so it's going to make us all compete at a high level. But depth is really good for us. And it forces you to play well every time you hit the floor.
Quentin.
It's good-ish.
What up, Roddy?
I'll start with this one. Russell Westbrook dropped his new shoes today. That's your boy. I want to hear your take on how do you like the shoes? Do you like the style? Have you got a pair? You got to rock them? Anything? What do you think about his new kicks?
I haven't seen them yet. I have not seen them yet, but I will tell you this. I'm going to ask him for some, and then I'm going to rock them with my sweatpants. I'm going to rock them with my sweatpants. But I haven't seen them yet. Let me tell you something. Russ is something about his creativity and his fashion and his style. I know people laugh and pick on it, but I like it and I respect it because it's him. It speaks about who he is. It speaks about his creativity. It speaks about, what he likes. And it doesn't care if you like it or not. That's his swag. That's his feel. And so anytime he puts out his shoe, he's 100% creative with his shoe. I like their just recent shoes. And so I know he's going to come with some heat, some juice. And so I'm going to have to get me some so I can rock it with my sweatpants. Because I ain't Team Jordan, so I can't wear them out on the floor.
Right. And my other question for you on the basketball side, I mean, now that you guys have kind of gone through the phase of meeting the new teammates and just being acclimated in this offense and I guess defensive scheme as well, what have you guys really focused on ahead of this opening night matchup against the Philadelphia 76ers?
Yeah, so offensively, I knocked that one out first. Just playing with pace. Last year we were top 10, in offense and pace. We just kind of played with great pace. And so all the guys that's coming in that weren't here last year were on different teams. It is a different pace. It is a different flow. And so just kind of getting used to how it plays, how we play, how we move the ball, how we share, how we're trying to score, as you know, in the 115, 120s. and the pace that Russ is going to bring and the pace that I'm going to bring in the second unit, that's how we want to play. And then defensively, we really tried to focus on Coach Longo. He put a new defensive scheme against Detroit. He said, let's keep it simple. And we switched a lot, and we were just climbing into guys. And that's something that I wanted to take pride on this year. I can play fast. Y'all know I can play fast, get in the paint, create for others and myself, but defensively really try to take the challenge and really, challenge a lot of guys. Dribbling, I have the speed, I have the athletic ability. I should be able to do that while I'm out there. And you got to be in great condition. And so defensively, just kind of setting that tone, communicating and talking. And obviously playing against Philly, you gotta deal with Joel, you gotta deal with Ben first and foremost, and now they've added shooters. So it's gonna be a great matchup. We're excited about it. It's one of 72, and so now the marathon continues. The marathon begins. So we're excited about it.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Glenn.
Hey, Ish. How are you?
Man, what's up, man?
I'm good,
man. How about you?
I'm good. Hey, talk a little bit about, you mentioned that Longo incorporated some new schemes on defense. You've been in the league a long time. What's it going to take for this team, aside from, the schemes itself, being on the same page and switching and all that? What's it going to take for this team to take that step up defensively? And what have you seen from NBA teams that play really good defense?
They take a sense of pride, Glenn, every possession. I remember when I first came in the league, I use this team as an example. I wasn't playing much when I first came in the league, but I remember when I just got traded to Memphis, we went and played Boston. Now, we won that game when we beat Boston, but defensively, and that Memphis team I was on, defensively, they were really, really good. But I just remember us on that Memphis team and then playing against them. I don't even know if either team scored 100 points, but each possession, it was like a drag it out fight. Like each guy took pride in no, my guy's not scoring. And even if he got beat, the next guy was coming to the help side. Then it was the second side. It was so much pride. In the defensive end, each individual guy took that individual pride. And I think that's probably the biggest thing. And because the game is so much faster, Glenn, it's a must that you get back in transition defense. That's first and foremost, and build that wall. Once you do that, and everybody's fast now. Every point guard wants to see a seam, and he's going, or you got the other point guards who you give them space, they're pulling up from 45 feet. So you got to get back. That's first and foremost. But then once you get them in the half court, taking pride and getting stops. And then once you get rebounds, that's when we can get into our running game. So I think that's probably the biggest thing when I've seen and just been around the league. The top defensive teams really, really take pride in stopping you. And once we realize that when we get stops, we can run more, then that's probably going to make defense even more fun. I just remember that little stretch in that second quarter when we were just getting stops running. That is fun. That is fun. It takes great condition, but that's the part that we really can get to.
You need a bunch of Tony Allens out there, huh?
Tony Allen was a heck of a defender, Glenn. I'm telling you, he took pride in it. And he would gamble some, but he just took pride in yo, this is what I do. And a lot of times, a lot of guys, we come in the league, we think being a good defender is a shame. Hey, man, you don't think I'm a good offensive player? But Tony, he took pride in stopping you and took pride in telling you that he was stopping you. And so when we might can't, obviously Tony Allen is a talented defender, so we probably can't get to that level, but if we just take pride, have that mindset and take that pride, then I think those are the steps that we need to take.
Thank you.
All right, we'll finish up with Matt Paris. Might still be on mute, Matt.
Matt, you fell asleep, man?
Hey, just skip me. Sorry, I'm on the phone.
All right. I appreciate you then, Ish.
All right, appreciate y'all.